Hello viewers, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Wait a second. Hey, do you guys remember, way back when, in the long ago, when I used to play games that weren't Darkest Dungeon on this channel? Well, check it out. Those days are here again. Welcome back to Endless Legend. Yeah. If you're seeing this right after it's posted, maybe go back and check out the earlier episodes. This game is really cool. I don't know that I've been playing particularly well. Honestly, it's been well over a month since I played this file, so hopefully I remember what's going on. I do know that we had planned to go to war with the Necrophages to take their capital region. But it looks like, in fact, upon loading of the game, they have beaten us to the punch. So, war. We have some advantages here. Number one, them declaring war means that we can probably kind of sit back and let them come at us, which is definitely to our benefit. City fortifications are really powerful. It's nice to fight defensive wars. I'm saying defensive wars. We're still going to go over here. We're going to see the sharing is allowing us to see that there are enemy armies. Fortunately, these are not very impressive armies. So let's see if we can maybe snipe this hero. Go get him. Nope, in fact, they have retreated. So when an army retreats, all of the units in the army take damage. You can see these guys are down to half health. Even the hero has been reduced to half health. So that's like the best outcome we could possibly have hoped for. And then we're going to fall back, both because if we get in a real fight with this guy, I want to do it in a region that has as many forests as possible, due to so many of our units having the forest rage capacity. And also, this will allow us to support Costrian more easily in case this big army decides to charge. Let's refresh ourselves real quick. We're getting reaping stations, probably for our grass silk. We already took smelting station. We will get our adamantium production up as soon as possible. Be able to build even better weapons. Speaking of equipment, we unlocked the tier 3 armor, but I never really looked at it, and in particular I'm thinking about these the trinket slots. That's pretty powerful, not really a combat thing. Glory or death, I don't actually know what that does. Oh, it gives morale when enemies are nearby. That's fine, I guess. Improved damage 3, that's pretty significant. Army damage boost 3 is plus 12 damage and then plus 15% damage. I think we are in fact going to equip him with that. It's a lot of titanium, but that is a significant bonus. Alright, I don't think we have anything else terribly pressing to do here. Looks like Mandara is continuing to snake southward. Minus food production. It's fine. Our roundup in Costrian did not turn out the spy. It's possible that the spy fled after being wounded during its action last time, but we cannot assume that that's the case. Yeah, we can see, in fact, this Gazdruk swarm is marching on our city. We have enough movement to come over here and try to pick off this army again. He might just fight back this time, though. His second army is close enough for reinforcements. We're still close enough to Mandara that we also would get reinforcements, though. Oh, no, he has retreated again. His forager has 15 health. His hero has 26. Yeah, 2 retreats really puts your units in a pretty bad place. And the damage dealt by retreating is percentage based. 3 consecutive retreats will always kill you. Interesting. His army in Smezroth has a settler in it. What is he planning to settle? Maybe he built that settler a long time ago, and then he just kind of got caught with his pants down, unable to... our militia leveled up. Unable to use it. Okay, well, I think we're going to keep harassing him. We're going to keep harassing him, provided that he keeps being relatively, basically free to do so. Okay, he's got another army moving in. Alright, some necro drones. This army is definitely in support position. I think we are going to fall back. I know I just said we're going to keep harassing, but I think at this point we're going to fall back and maybe play a little defense. We managed to put some meaningful damage onto those units, and if I am not mistaken, winter significantly negatively affects health regen. Or at least this winter did. Is there an easy way to see the effects of the current winter? It doesn't look like it, actually. I bet it's here. Minus 50% health regen, minus 50% ally health regen on cities. Yeah. Okay. We do need to start up a new research. Bread and circuses is usually a very strong tech that I take pretty early. You don't even have to build anything, it's just an immediate disapproval drop. But we have very little expansion disapproval this game because we haven't actually gotten to expand, which makes this, I think, a little bit superfluous. This will help with our city fortifications. It is important that our cities be tough. We have some time before we've gathered enough adamantine that we can really consider using it for anything. So we probably are not in a rush. We'll get uncommon alloys eventually, probably. But we're not going to get it right now. Plow Factory is powerful, but requires Palladian, which we do not have access to. Statistical methods. Our income of titanium is reasonable. And obviously science is good. In particular, the Advanced Alchemy Lab is great in a city that has a bunch of districts, and we just so happen to have one of those. So let's pick that up. Mandara may need to make us more army. Right? One thing I do not remember, I would like to look at real quick, is exactly what... Oh, right, we didn't upgrade our daemons because we were short on resources, I think. What is going on with his face here? These are the eyes, I guess. Okay. You know, again, there's supposed to be like sort of a natural bond with Auriga. And so this guy is supposed to be like a wood elemental. But it really looks like somebody took a tree and just like smashed it flat, right? And the edges have peeled out. This looks like an unpleasant thing to do to a tree. Our Titan Bones booster has ended. Sadly, we have no incoming Titan Bones. So between the Titan Bones ending and winter, our production of our adamantine extractor has really slowed down. Somebody's pushed up into a new era. That's a little concerning. Alright, we're gonna march on over here. Get ready to deal with this guy. So, do I want to create another army of rangers, or do I want to try to upgrade my existing daemons? Probably the latter, right? So this is quite a bit of extra damage. But each one of them would require 5 Titanium, we do not have the resources for that. We do have the dust. We just don't have the resources. Range Slayer is not of particular value against necrophages. Their most dangerous unit is probably the Necro Drone, actually. Their most dangerous unit in single combat. The Proliferators are actually incredibly dangerous. They are units that basically get to lay eggs in their enemies, and then if you kill the enemy, the necrophage player gets a free unit out of it. That can be very, very effective for putting up sustained waves of death. Yeah, I think we're gonna train up a new army. And once we've done so, we're going to buy a new hero to captain it. And we're going to get really aggressive. This guy declared war on us. At this point, we're totally in the right, you know? Oh. A disheveled archaeologist by the name of Ruta Kletrops claims to have discovered fresh chambers likely to contain great riches in an ancient ruin. The problem? Armies of monsters guard the region, and Ruta is not sure anymore in which of the two ruins you will find it. Will you be the one to find the right location? Search the ruins in Veltaire. Okay, well that's not... That sure seems like a later kind of thing. We're under siege. So we've got the roaming armies that are harassing us for Post and Lintel. And then we've got Costrian under siege by this asshole. This is very inconvenient. He's got a backup army here. This army is red, so I'm not worried about them. This would be a really good time to not be dealing with Post and Lintel. Alright, let's get our research settled. As much as I would like to have a Guardian of Dust, because they're a fun unit, first of all, I don't think they're very cost efficient, and secondly, we actually don't have glass steel, so... I actually don't know what to get here. Our Empire approval's in a fine place. We don't need to push the approval buildings, really. We probably don't need buyout reduction. We have a ton of production, or a ton of industry, rather. Again, we don't really have access to glass steel, so that knocks a number of things off the table. It's actually kind of an interesting challenge to operate without glass steel. I'm going to pick up unskilled labor, not because it's great, but because we do have a tendency to just have a ton of industry, and I want to be able to use it for something. Alright, so he has his two armies of 6 units each. Lots of high-level necro drones. I mean, they're not high-level, sorry, they're only level 2, but they're necro drone 3, which means he's revised them a couple of times. Which means that probably they have real weapons. I'm kind of curious. Red. How would you feel about... Oh, is Red already at war with Green? Wait a second. I want to... Here we go. This is what I want. No, Red is not at war with Green. Interesting. Well... Post and Lintel would... one turn? I actually can't kill both of these armies in one turn. Unless one of them comes in as reinforcements to the other one. I think we're going to see what we can do here. It would be great if we could get this quest complete. Yeah, the other army won't show up as reinforcements, so we can't even complete the quest. That's a real shame. Alright, these guys have long enough range, 1, 2, 3, 4, that they can stand pretty far back. He has less range. He has to stand up here. Okay, and we'll just hammer these guys with... It drives me crazy how they always want to attack whoever's furthest back. Still bothers me. I'm sure that I've complained about this in the past because I have a tendency to be a little bit of a complainer. No, it's true. Alright, fortunately our upgraded units should make pretty short work of these guys, as they have no doubt in the past. Although it is frustrating that that they can survive that many hits. It would be nice if our archers did just a tiny bit more damage, and as such could eliminate them while one attack faster. Alright, everybody attack the injured guy because we are focusing our damage, because that's a good thing to do if you like winning. That ought to be enough. He'll only survive like 1 or 2 attacks. Alright. So we took a grand total of 2 damage there, I believe. I can't believe these guys can be sieging from all the way over there. This is what happens when you build your city all snaky like this. Yep, so we're going to get a... somebody has earned negotiation tactics by having one of their cities having 20 dust trade income. Oh, well, they have launched the attack. They want us. To be perfectly honest, I'm not excited about our prospects here. We're going to win. But we're going to lose a lot of people on the way to winning. This doesn't look that bad. But you gotta remember that Necro drones are fast units. Probably we should focus up on one of the weaker ones, right? Oh, these guys do have higher defense, though. 92-58 versus 114-15. Yeah, okay, so this guy has more health, but he has less defense, and he does better damage due to his higher attack stat. So actually, I agree with their targeting. But yeah, look at how fast these things are, and how much damage they deal. And they're completely immune to our plan of stopping them through the Tenay Walkers because they fly, which is tricky to deal with. We do have a hero in on the action. That's nice. Unfortunately, our hero is a little bit on the soft side. Yeah, we're going to lose a lot of stuff here. We're going to have to... Wow, big damage from the Tenay Walkers, though. These guys have really... They're outfitted well, and they're doing a lot. They're buying us a lot of time. The army that we're building in our capital is, in fact, not going to be an additional army. It turns out it's just going to be a replacement army. Okay, that was a hero that just died on their team. Hero deaths are not quite as devastating as you might think, due to the fact that all heroes have the Last Stand ability. And Last Stand makes it so if any unit in the hero's army survives, then the hero is resurrected at the end of combat with 1 health. I'm a little bit annoyed with the fact that they felt it was necessary to all attack the wrong target there. We are actually doing quite well, though. The fact that they're horribly outnumbered because they came at us with such a small army and then had to funnel into battle one by one, has been tremendously beneficial. This is why you do your attacking with the biggest army you have. You lead big. Alright, that is a Drider. That is not nearly as scary as an Necrodrone. Oh, that's okay. Well, that was a bit of bad play there on my part. I left my units targeting what they chose to target by default, and that is a hero instead of the group of Necrodrones there that obviously need to be the initial target. Our demon is obsessed with this Drider for no reason. Well, you know what we don't need is for that Drider to die. It's like hugely irrelevant. Okay, now everybody attacks this guy. This guy is the priority target because he has no health, and we can murder him. So our governor is sustaining some real damage here and is definitely going to die before the end of the battle. I mean, there's nothing for it. That's just the way of things. I'm glad that the demons have made it to the front and can absorb some of these hits now. Also, I'm annoyed that the enemy units keep surviving with like 10 health. Yes, gradually get them, demons. Alright, so that was the last turn. I think at least one of their heroes is going to... Oh no! We actually did wipe out Karis' entire army, so Karis actually stays dead. When a hero dies, they don't actually die, they just get wounded, and they take a couple of turns to respawn, or you can pay a gold cost to respawn them immediately. It's not really a big deal. But it does get this guy off the battlefield for at least a couple of turns. Even if they buy him back, he still has to like walk back to the front. And we devastated them. We lost 4 heavily upgraded units and 1 guy who's like totally irrelevant. But we destroyed them. That was crippling. And we are going to push hard for vengeance now. So let's merge these Tenay Walkers that we built out into... Oh, we can't merge them into our army because this army can't actually... This is so annoying. This army can't leave the city because the city is under siege. Given that we failed post and lintel again, and its timer has reset again, we're going to ignore it. We're going to finish pushing this guy. This is maybe a more aggressive play than is called for. If you said that was what was happening, I would be sympathetic to that idea. I do like how this ended up, though. Our reinforcement flags are over here, and all of our archers are down here. We can let them come to us a little bit. Basically, they don't get to attack us on the first turn, and we get to rain hot death upon them. Let's put that hero back out of commission before he gets to strike a blow. We'll kill one of the groups of Necrodrones. Sadly, our walkers will elect not to attack these guys right here, even though they totally had the option of doing so. So he's down to foragers for the most part. He does have a Necrodrone unit somewhere. Okay, everybody focus on the Necrodrone. I'm not so worried about the foragers. The Necrodrone has the ability to ignore the rough terrain and get to our archers right away, though. And I'd like to have as few turns of that nonsense as possible, since you saw last time it really can be. And in fact, he's already killed our archer hero. Alright, well, this battle is a little bit less of a sure thing here without our archers. This archer is going to die on her next turn. She's going to die of disease, which is a shame. But what we do have is the Tenay Walkers And there's the disease. What we do have is our Tene Walkers and our demons. And the demons actually deal okay damage to these guys. Foragers are kind of sad little dudes. I cannot believe how much our Tene Walkers want to avoid combat. He keeps walking away from the enemies. Okay, that is a proliferator. That's one of those things I was talking about that plants the eggs in your units. I don't like that at all. If I had seen that before doing my targeting for the turn, I definitely would have had us focus in on that guy. Get him, militia! Yeah. Alright, well, it looks like our Tene Walkers are perhaps actually going to join the fight. Finally. Yeah, we're losing units all over the place here. Sadly. See, they want to attack the proliferator. I totally get that. And proliferators have very low health. They're pretty squishy if you don't have them upgraded. I should probably just try to keep these guys alive, though, which means attacking the units that are drawing up on them. Nah, we're gonna keep the proliferator targeted. I don't think they're going to be able to hit him, but yeah, we're gonna keep up with the push. I would love to kill that proliferator. And hopefully our militia can distract these guys enough. Oh, there goes our archer. The last of our archers. Alright, so we have one final turn where we have no archers. And in fact, we've lost a hero as well. Fortunately, we have enough dust that it will be trivial to resurrect him. No, don't walk away from the proliferator. Alright, well, those guys suicided on our hero. That was nice of them. So we lost a couple of units. Again, we did far more damage than we took. Yeah, she's getting a lot of XP very quickly. This is excellent. This is a really amazing upgrade. It's one of the primary reasons to have... Yeah, we can reactivate that. One of the primary reasons to have a ranged class as your hero. So, disabled for 10 turns or pay a relatively steep fee to just immediately... oops, I want to click on this army. I believe that we cannot assign him to this army. Yeah. Because the army is inside a siege. How much does it cost to rush these? Quite a bit, in fact. Alright, I think we're gonna have to just wait. This random siege unit is just what annoying timing he has. Yeah, okay, so the necrophages are backing off as they pretty much have to. I don't think I want to change my empire plan. I think I'm happy with what we've got here. This would, yeah, that's, oh wow, it's almost not too much. But yeah, we'll definitely just hold on to that. So next turn we'll have 2 more rangers, and I think that'll be the turn where we break these guys' grip. Very annoying, besieging. Alright, well, we'll deal with that in a moment. People are leveling slowly. More science. Alright. No, stop. It can be a little bit difficult to click on an army that's inside of a city. Right. As ever, these guys are slow, speed 2, walking around in forests, so we want to have our archers kite them as much as possible. What we do not want to do is get into melee with them with our archers. I'm not so worried about getting into melee with the trees. I am, however, going to have the trees hold position this turn. And of course our units chose to attack the guys in the back for no reason, because if they didn't do it that way, then how would the guys in the front ever reach them? You know, it's important to play fair. That's why the walkers grab their attention. We go before they do, so we get to dictate their targeting. Our militia are actually a little bit kicking their asses, which is weird. But yeah, if you can launch melee attacks on enemy units, you can prevent them from targeting other things most of the time. It's an important element of control. It's something we've been missing a little bit since I've been playing such an archer-heavy game. Alright. We have cleared our city. I'm sure more roaming armies will be here soon. In the meantime, we can get Moss back to work. Oh, I suppose we should research something. So we still don't actually have our adamantine thing completed. We'll pick this up. The caravanserai allows us to just make more money. It's hard to argue with that. Alright, I think we are going to get aggressive on this guy. He does have 7 units in this city's garrison, so he's building new stuff. Alright, what's this? That's annoying. And that's annoying. Everybody in the game is ganging up on us at the same time, which is especially weird considering that there is no good reason for them to dislike us. Well, these guys will be cool for now. We're going to get some dust. They're willing to give us a little bit extra. We're going to take a little bit extra. That's apparently too much extra. Wow. I misestimated the size of that bar. Okay, it was 100 exactly that they were willing to give us. We really do want to maintain a trade partner. Yeah, we're going to lose both of these routes. Okay, so what do we need here? Yep, start mining those blood crystals. And then the grass silk. You, first of all, merge this army together. Secondly, do I need to create even more? Yeah, I think I do need to create more units, but I want to build this first. Oh, you know what? With us only having access to basics, maybe there's something else I should be doing. Yeah, we'll make a science stockpile. Plus, that way I'll be able to show you guys what stockpiles are. If I infiltrate this city, I'll be able to see it. I'll be able to see what's in it. I should be hiring another hero, actually. This is kind of silly that I've forgotten to do this for so long. So this is an infantry hero. You know what I would really like is a ranged Forgotten hero. so that I could have the ranged general skills, but also have the hero be able to function as a spy. So as you can see, most heroes have spying 2. It's very common. Yeah, spying 1 on the necrophage, spying 2, spying 2, spying 2, spying 2. But all forgotten heroes have spying 4. We're going to go ahead and buy her and send her in. Oh, also, she has a skill point to spend. And we are going to spend it on this. The reason we're spending it on that is because we will get this next, and I will talk about what a seniority bonus actually does once we start to make use of it. But now that we've successfully infiltrated, let's see here. A proliferator, a forager, a necrodrone. These battleborn are the units spawned by the proliferator. They are not the best units in the world, but they're perfectly serviceable, and of course they have that annoying disease ability. I think we should go on the aggressive while we have him sort of on the back foot. So we're going to make a move. We're going to challenge this hero if we get the opportunity. We really, really need to take this region. It's a shame to see that he doesn't have anything beyond it. I would really have liked this to be the beginning of something. But the fact that one of his... if we... Hold on a second. Let's get rid of these notifications. If we look at him, we can see envious due to lower number of cities. We have 2 cities, so that gives us a pretty solid inkling of what his city number is. Okay, he has separated out the battleborn, it looks like. Yep. Alright. We're still close enough to Costrian to get reinforcements. Okay, yeah, he had to retreat. With his whole army parked in the city like that, this swarm is in tremendous danger because everything has to trickle in. You really don't want your hero to be running around with only a single unit. You know, I think we're going to just leave him right there. Right, science. So we have learned 6 out of the 9 technologies required to unlock this era. So we are 3 techs behind the point that somebody else was at like 6 turns ago. It's not heartening. I feel pretty bad about it. None of these are blowing my mind. We still don't... I suppose we can research this now that we do have production starting up. We'll learn how to make the good weapons a little bit before we can actually afford to make them. I wouldn't be shocked to see his hero just run in garrison, or run in drop its army, switch to a governor or something. Hey, we did it! We distracted them enough that they didn't spawn any... You know, no roaming army spawned. I wonder if it's because there were still roaming guys alive when this most recent run of the quest came up. So we've learned survival instinct. We get bonus movement when starting a turn with an enemy army nearby. It's pretty good. You have learned at least this. Auriga is dangerous. Develop your military by selecting a hero and building a worthy army. Use it to explore and secure your capital region. Yeah, we're still on. Alright, new stage of the quest. The truth must be accepted, even when it is unpleasant. Achak seems to be silent for the moment. But it is likely that things will flare up when you announce your latest idea, permitting beings of assimilated factions to rise up to high-level posts in your government. If allies can be trusted, why should they not be exploited to the fullest? It is a time of consolidation and reflection, for the knowledge you have gained requires time and analysis before it can be acted upon. But your convictions remain clear on 2 points. First, that Origa is a dangerous place, like we said earlier, that requires buildings of exceptional strength if your people are to survive whatever forces destroyed those who came before you. Second, that the Wild Walkers must be open and inclusive to any and all people's ideas and improvements that can help secure their future. Certainly those who built the ruins had knowledge of engineering far beyond what is known today. Your eyes burn as you read the ancient texts. Your ears ring with the debates and arguments of scholars. It has been days since you swung a sword or fired a bow in earnest. But you are Onontio, and your people come first. Now that the region is safe, in quotation marks, turn your eyes back to the internal workings of your empire. Strength and progress will come by building and improving city centers and building up districts. Within your empire, raise a new city center and a new district to their level 2. And we'll get some Moonleaf. That's a little bit of a bummer because it's hard for us to raise up new stuff. I will say this. We got vision of some ruins in unclaimed territory. So either this is an island, which actually seems totally feasible given this, or somebody hasn't expanded to their fullest, which usually means that there's a cultist player in the game. There is still one player that we have not met. So it's possible that there's a cultist player down here somewhere, and nobody's managed to expand this way. What that means for us from a practical perspective is that we should get boats and try to sail in this direction and see if we can't end up getting some extra territory. I assume I didn't research the boat tech yet. No, I totally did. Okay, well, we need to build a scout. This may have to wait. You have 4 speed. Okay. Demon Scout. We'll just move this down to the bottom of this queue. Wait. Down. And, okay, Damon first. Alright, we can get aggressive again. He has merged his Battleborn in. I am not at all surprised by that retreat. They will not retreat again, probably, since another retreat would kill the Drider and would leave them pretty crippled. We'll probably have to fight them next turn. Yeah, keep the die roll. Alright, so Grass Silk doubles our income from trade routes. You can see that that's, it's not amazing. It's not nothing, though. There's no reason not to use the Grass Silk. Especially since we have 2 different extractors up. The other thing I want to look at really quickly... Oh, I haven't actually finished the tech yet. Upgrading our hero takes pretty high precedent, or pretty high priority. Item costs have skyrocketed. Something is wrong with the metals of Origa. Plus 50% on item strategic resource cost. That's very annoying for us. Yeah, and right as we finish the new thing. Okay, so, something is eating away at Origa. Literally. Reports have come in from many empires that the quality of metals has drastically decreased. It has become very expensive to forge or craft new items. Rumor and science both point to ruins as the cause, as apparently some ancient magic has been eating away at strategic resources bit by bit, and stocking them away in certain ruins. If you are to stop this effect, you must interrupt the cycle by recovering these arcane metals from the ruins where they are being accreted. All the empires of Origa have an interest in putting an end to this phenomenon. So, we have to... Help gather 100 Palladian by searching the ruins. Each interaction will cost you 20 of this resource, which will be contributed. So, there are some ruins that are lit up. Every time we search those ruins, we'll put in 20 Palladian and we'll get out 100 dust. Then, once the thing has been done 5 times in total by any empire or any mix of empires, whoever put in the most will receive 40 mithrite, and the oxidation effect will end. So things will return to their normal strategic resource cost. That's really inconvenient for us. We did not want that to happen. Not much for it, though. I think we keep pushing. This is maybe unwise, but you can see that he's building more necro drones, so we really do want to get this under control as quickly as possible. Fortunately, what he has available to him right now is just Battleborn. And they do not fly, and they are not fast enough to get to us right away. So, these guys actually have 5 range due to Moss's commander ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you can attack the hero. You guys should lay it on these Battleborn. Who is attacking this Drider? Don't do that. Focus on the things that matter. These reinforcement positions are really far back. Oh wow, he took 0 damage from our upgraded walker. Well, there, that solved the problem. All right, and to the surprise of basically nobody, we are obliterating them, just absolutely flattening them. Oh, he unchecked his reinforcements. He elected not to have the city units come and reinforce. That was probably a good idea. He's clever. Yeah, that's actually really annoying for us. Alright, well, we'll start up a siege. We have a lot of units, so the fortification loss per turn is quite significant. Oh, once again, we are not actually researching anything. I'm not going to bother to research improved armor, because I don't think we're going to have the resources to actually make any such armor anytime soon. We still are very limited on glass steel. Is there anything from previous ages that I really need? Doesn't actually look like it. Yeah, a lot of the valuable things that are left are things I didn't take because of the glass steel problem. Let's go ahead and pick up breaded circuses in the hopes that we will be expanding soon. We really need to kill this necrophage player quickly. He is completing this. Alright, our spy is working on it. Okay, our siege does reduce the resources they gather from the land, so it actually slowed down the production of this necro drone. We are going to launch our daemon and send him out to sea. He can fly, but not over infinite distances. He would rather take a boat. We got these neat sails that look like leaves with the veins. This game has a lot of really nice little graphical touches. So let's have a look at our spy. Let's talk about exactly what you can get out of spying. So your spy has an infiltration level. Every turn you get infiltration points. You can see at the bottom here, production plus 10 from hero capacity. That's level 4 spying gives you 10 infiltration points per turn. As you build up infiltration points, you will advance your infiltration level, and once you have some infiltration levels, you can spend those infiltration levels to do these various things. Once you spend a hero's infiltration levels, they'll be set back to 0. They'll have to work up all over again. But every time you spend infiltration levels, your hero gains seniority. And seniority, the seniority value is just given to your hero at every turn as extra infiltration points. So if you have 4 seniority, you get +4 infiltration points every turn. Which means that the longer the hero stays in a particular city, the more effective they get at doing repeated spying actions. So if the hero leaves the city for any reason, they lose their seniority. That includes being pulled out and also being injured so badly that they have to leave. So if your opponent starts doing roundups in the city, starts really searching for your spy, you want to maybe lay low for a little while, not expose yourself. So let's talk about the options we have real quick. Decrease vision. Nukes the vision of watchtowers if you have level 3 infiltration. Nukes the vision of cities and other buildings in addition to watchtowers if you have level 4. And if you have level 5, it also affects armies. Reveal Spy lets you find spies of the targeted empire that are inside your empire. That can be very useful sometimes. We can lower their science production, decrease their morale. This is very powerful. As you can see, if you have infiltration level 5, -3 morale is -45% attack and defense. It's a really big deal. Steel vision is fine, just lets you see what they can see. Decreased diplomatic costs is fine. Decreased population is something you can do that really hurts. As you can see, it scales with the infiltration level. You can kill a lot of population, and that's a real pain to recover from. You can drop the fortifications, and you can decrease their industry output. You can also try to kill the governor. And you can see at max level of infiltration, it captures the governor, and you can actually take prisoners. Your spies can also be taken prisoner if they're caught. So I think what we're probably going to do is we're going to hold out for a little while. In 2 turns, we'll have decreased morale available, and that may be what we end up doing. Just actually, hold on. What's in Smezroth? No governor, a forager, a proliferator, and a necrodrone, and some militia. Maybe we should have our spy hit their fortifications and then attack. If we wait 2 turns, we'll be able to damage their fortifications more. Although, if we're waiting, we should probably just let it happen naturally and then do the morale thing. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to let our units siege their fortifications down, and then we're going to drop their morale. I don't know exactly what the flavor for a spy dropping their morale is. I assume it's that the spy does something that is so horrifying that it saps their will to fight. But let's not think too much about what exactly that act of terrorism might be, because it's hard to imagine ourselves as the good guys when we think about it. So I think that's pretty long. We're gonna call it here for this episode. Come back next time when we launch our final assault on Smezroth and hopefully discover some new lands waiting across the sea.